So what we're going to be talking about today? Ooh, business idioms. Always interesting.
Business? Let's talk about sports, you know?
Ooh, I have an idea.
Hi and welcome, my name is Lola, and in today's video we're going to be talking about business idioms, which are surprisingly all come from sports and athletics. And number one is a ballpark. Sometimes people say, ballpark would be 60 to 70 millions, or a ballpark figure. What is it? Like, how do we use it? We think about sports, about baseball. Ballpark is literally the name of the field where the game is happening. So every time when we're talking about ballpark in life or business, we're talking about the area that is comfortable for us. For example, when we're talking about the prices, numbers, our budget, you could say a ballpark figure would be 300 per month. So you could say it's an estimate number, an approximate number, approximately 300 to 400 a month. So a ballpark figure would be 300 to 400 a month, or a ballpark. What's your budget? Ballpark would be 10 million max. By the way, if you still want to see how people use it, go to Youglish and check out real applications. It's very useful. So now we have another idiom that has ballpark in it that people use in business: to hit it out of the ballpark. And come on, I'm not a big baseball person. Like, I literally don't know much about baseball. But I understand that we have this ballpark, this field, and the main goal, if you didn't know, is to hit the ball out of the ballpark. So the batter, this guy who was hitting, he could another guy, the guy who was throwing, it doesn't matter. So one of the players could run around the field and score. And when you're hitting the ball out of the ballpark, so hit it out, like out, right? Out of container, out of the ballpark, out of the field, meaning to succeed. And when you succeeded, when you did something so good, you hit it out of the ballpark. For example, we really hit it out of the ballpark with our new marketing strategy, or yeah, they hit it out of the ballpark on this project. So they did really good. They performed. They achieved. They overachieved. I'm so happy for them. But you see, same analogy, sports. We imagine this baseball field, this ballpark, and when we're hitting out of the ballpark, we know we did good. You'll be surprised how often people use all the sports references in American business. It's crazy. Honestly, I think it's because you gotta be kinda a little bit like competitive to go into, not really. I know, I mean, depending on what kind of business you're going into. But I see why sports references were good for business. I hope you see that too. Another idiom that is very similar to hit it out of the ballpark, that is used in business, is to hit a home run. Practically in sports, it's the absolutely same thing. So when you're hitting a home run, I will quote, a home run. What is a home run? Like when you're running around the field, around the ballpark, and you score. So a home run, a hit that allows the batter, the guy with the bat, to make a complete circuit of the bases and score a run, to get a score, right? You score because you hit it so good, so you have the whole run, and we call it a home run. So when you hit that good, that you got a home run, that you got a score, you succeeded, it's an absolutely the same thing. So it's a success. It's doing something very good. Like to hit a home run once again, to achieve, to accomplish, we really hit a home run past year with our new strategy. Like, we did so good. We really performed. As an example, in a commencement speech by Hillary Clinton, I keep referring to her a lot, in Georgetown University, she says, "Oh, it was a home run question," or something like that.
Another excellent question. 3 home run questions from 3 freshmen.
Meaning, it was a good question, successful question, like interesting question that was on point. I love when you guys ask a home run question. So in business, when people say, they could say a home run, they could say they hit a home run, meaning they did something really good and we're happy and we're proud and we applaud them for that. Not physically, sometimes physically, but like figuratively, we I mean, you know what I mean. It's not like we need to applaud to have a home run, but when somebody I really want to hit a home run with this video, I really want to give you something that is needed that would become very useful piece of information. So help me, let me know in comments, what's that? And if by now you haven't decided on going on Wikipedia after this video and checking the baseball rules, you should. Because the next term that people oftenly use in business is to touch base. And once again, it comes from baseball. To touch base. I'll give you the definition. Also from baseball. Refers to a runner physically touching a base, which is a required action to score a run. So practically, you need to touch base to get a score in baseball. In real life, you need to talk to somebody, to communicate, to keep in touch, like to come back to the certain question. So you could say, let's touch base next week. Can you touch base with Paul and discuss his plan? So practically, it is used in the context of communication. And instead of saying let's talk about next week, you could say, let's touch base on that next week. Or let's touch base, any kind of application. The whole idea is connection, a required action to further your business, your plan, your doings. So you could say, we need to make contact with Sarah, or you could say, let's touch base with Sarah, even though she doesn't play baseball. Hopefully by now you'll be tired from baseball, because the next term, business idiom, that comes from American football or football. Why? No, I think it's basketball more like. Anyways, drop the ball. I kind of hope that you can guess the meaning of this idiom without even me explaining it. Dropping the ball. Nobody wants to drop the ball, because when you drop the ball, like when I was a teenager, I played basketball, and let's say you're dribbling, you're so cool, but then you drop it for whatever reason. Maybe you saw the guy you liked. Maybe you saw your physics teacher that came to see why you missed the class. You were practicing. Anyways, you drop the ball. And when you're dropping the ball, you know what happens? First, you're ashamed, confused, but we're going to be talking about the emotions in the next video. Here, we're talking about the business idioms. You're so confused in this for a second, because you were winning, and now you drop the ball. So your competitor, the rival team, the guys or girls, actually, I remember those girls that you're playing against, they pick it up and they score, and you because you dropped the ball. So in business, when somebody drops the ball, when, oh, God forbid, you drop the ball. It's a mistake. You did something wrong. You really failed. You really messed up. I mean, I don't want you to drop the ball, but I want you to know the meaning. For example, you could say, yeah, we had to say bye to Chris. He really dropped the ball. Like, for example, he didn't charge. What could be? What did he do? Let's say Chris forgot to charge a client and just send him back home. Oh yeah, you really dropped the ball on that one. So don't drop the ball, or you're gonna be fired. I mean, unless you have a cool boss and who thinks outside the box. But I decided not to include this idiom because it's so simple. I mean, everybody knows what to think outside the box means. And it has nothing to do with sports. So it's not gonna be in this video. And the last idiom for this video is jumping through hoops. This one does not come from, it doesn't come from football or basketball or baseball unless you're playing it in circus. But it has to do with sports and athletics, so I decided to include it. Jumping through hoops. You could imagine, I don't want to think about the poor animals that are abused in the goddamn zoos and circuses. Nasty. But the idea is when someone is jumping through hoops, you could imagine they're doing something difficult. It's a tricky task if you're a poodle. So if you're a dog and you're watching this video, you know that jumping through hoops is kind of tough. So in business, when you have to do something that has a lot of obstacles in, like hoop, it's practically an obstacle. So let's say in business, you have a lot of obstacles. You could say, we really had to jump through hoops on that one. Like, we're jumping through hoops with you. Like, we're going through so many difficulties and obstacles, and we're going through troubles.
I want you to imagine in your head this process of going through obstacles, of going through difficulties. Let's say here in Cyprus, sometimes to get cash, I really have to jump through hoops because not every bank can give you a card. Not every ATM on the map actually exists. So when you come, sometimes it's not there. It doesn't work, or it's broken, or whatever the reasons are. So you gotta go to another bank, and then you gotta stand in line. And you're like, oh my God, it feels like jumping through hoops. And people use this idiom in business a lot. So that's it for today. If you liked learning about the business idioms, let me know. And if you want to practice all the idioms that we've learned today, go to our Lola Speak app to practice English, find this pack, and go through it idiom by idiom, phrase by phrase, word by word. Get a feedback on your pronunciation and improve your speaking. Before wrapping up, we have our first winner. A few videos ago, we decided to start giveaway to give a 1-year subscription to our English practice immersive app Lola Speak to one of you who would leave the best comment with the idea for the next video. And the first winner is Yana Logvinova with very interesting username. User-LJ5LU5IO3Y. And her question was, it would be interesting, maybe she doesn't speak like that, but okay. It would be interesting, and I guess helpful to everyone to talk about emotions. Oh, we love talking about emotions. I'm very emotional. I love emotions. Thank you. Or the ways express one's emotions, or vocabulary to name these emotions. Because sometimes, truly, we can only remember sad, good, happy, angry, and really we want to sound more educated, more intelligent. We want to use different synonyms, fancy words, sophisticated words. And I will give you them in the next video. So thank you for your question. Please contact our team. You could leave your email below this video or email us at help@lolaspeak.com and we'll get you your prize. It was the first but not the last winner, so keep commenting, keep giving us ideas for the next videos. Thank you for sticking around. Subscribe if you don't want to miss the videos, and see you soon.